Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a super fun but nice and dewy bronzy look. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell so that you can get a notification of every new video that I post. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, to get started, I'm going to start by priming my skin with the Glam Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer. This is a priming moisturizer, but it also gives a really nice sheen and glow to the skin. Obviously that's a much smaller size. I just got that in a Sephora. I got that with my Sephora points. So you know all of those things are super tiny. I'm just gonna rub that into my skin. And I'm also gonna take a little bit of that and mix it in with my foundation as well. And for my foundation, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage up to 24-hour foundation. I haven't worn it up to 24 hours and I will not be doing that. But I will be mixing it with the Glam Glow Primer because I want to give my skin an extra glowy look. Especially because it is a semi-matte foundation. And I would prefer for it to look a little more glowy. Okay, for concealer, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color Light and applying this not only to my under eyes, but also the highest points of my face and priming my eyelids with this. Okay. To be setting only the under eyes because I do not want to set the rest of my face. I don't think that with this foundation I have to set it very much because, like I said, it is a semi-matte foundation, so it does dry down but not entirely. I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes with the Mercier translucent powder, and like I said, I'm only going to be taking that underneath the eyes, and I'm not going to bake with it either. I'm just going to press it in. That way I don't have any excess powder anywhere on my face really. And if you use a damp beauty blender to press that in, it gives you a really nice, almost like hydrated look, which is what we're going for. Another area that I am going to set, because it's a little bit of a problem area for me, is in between the eyebrows. No matter what foundation I use, I just don't know why my makeup collects there. And if I don't set it, well, it just becomes a cakey mess. Okay, to bronze the skin, I'm going to go ahead and take the Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer. So I've used this bronzer before. It is a cream bronzer, but it isn't liquidy, so I won't need to set this either. And then I'm going to just go ahead and take that on a flat e.l.f. powder brush. To give my cheeks a little bit more of color, I'm going to go in with the Jacklyn Hill and Becca palette. I'm not sure if they sell this palette anymore, but I do think that they might sell all the shades individually. I'm not necessarily sure. But I am going to go in with this shade right here called Amaretto, and I'm going to mix that in with this shade right here. The name of that one is Rose Spritz. I'm going to take a combination of the two because this is a more shimmery blush and this is a bronzier blush. Tap off the excess and just press that into my cheeks. Because I have no powder down, that gave me so much color. But that's okay because we're going to go ahead and tone that down with some highlight. to highlight the skin, I'm actually going to be going in with this Thrive Cosmetics highlighting stick. I've never actually used this before, but I did sign up for a FabFitFun subscription, and this came in the first box, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give it a try. But I think I'm gonna take it on the back of my hand first and then pat it into my skin. So it is a pencil, but I think I'm just gonna take it like this since I don't know how it's gonna apply over the foundation. Although kind of when I rub it out, it doesn't feel like liquidy. It almost turned into like a powder. So I wonder how it would work if I just kind of grazed it upon the cheekbones and then patted it in. It might even work almost as like a primer for the highlighter, which is so strange because I've never even like blended out a highlighting stick that kind of just felt like powder once it's blended in. More on the tip of the nose. Okay, well that really didn't highlight much, but I do like that it kind of just didn't break apart my foundation. Well, okay, on the stick here it says it's a brilliant eye brightener, so I'm wondering if this would maybe be good for like the inner corners. I mean, we can give it a try and see if maybe that's what that's meant for, but on the box it says that it's a highlighting stick. So if it's a highlighting stick, I'm assuming you can use it on the cheekbones. Okay, now I'm going to take my Becca Champagne Pop highlighter over the Thrive Cosmetics highlighting stick. This is my favorite highlighter of all time. It was my first high-end highlighter that I even owned actually, and I have like 3 different ones sitting around here somewhere because I love it that much. It's also broken several times, so I'm gonna be extra careful with it. But I'm gonna take an e.l.f. fan brush and highlight my cheekbones. I love highlighting with a fan brush because it gives me the most nice diffused edges ever. So rather than it looking like, I don't know, just a line of highlighter, it diffuses out the edges so much, which I love a lot. I'm also gonna run this down my nose. I go back in later with a smaller brush to just concentrate it on the tip of my nose a little more, and also take this down the bridge of the nose and keep it up. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to zoom you in closer so that we can go ahead and get started with the eyes. Okay, now to keep the bronzy theme going, I'm gonna go with lots of bronzy shades. And to start off the look, I'm gonna take the Colourpop Mar palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and start by using this color and placing it all over my lid and up into the crease. That color is the shade Sorbet. And going in with this large e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. It's just this big fluffy brush. So it would be perfect to get lots of color packed on to my lid and my crease. Now going in with that same brush, I'm going into the Model's Own Barely There No. 2 palette, and I'm gonna take this shade over here. It's almost like a mahogany kind of shade. That is the color Low Key. And this, I'm going to take this higher up into the crease in windshield wiper motions. Okay, now taking some nice shimmery shades on the lid, I'm gonna start by taking this shade right here from the Colourpop palette. That is the shade Wild One, and taking that on a flat shader brush and packing it all over my lid. Okay, now I'm going to take that fluffy brush that I first used and I'm going to blend this up into the crease. With a lot of the Colourpop shadows, when even the shimmery shades and the Super Shock shadows, you can blend them, the shimmery shades, out into the crease and they just blend out and buff out so nicely that it doesn't look strange that you have a shimmery shadow in the crease. At least I think so. I think it looks very, very pretty. But now switching over to another palette because I do want a little more of a golden color to complement the already copper shade that I have on my lid. I'm gonna take the Colourpop Yes Please palette and we're gonna go in with the shade right here called Buttercake. Buttercake. But I'm gonna take that on a finger and pack it just in the center of the lid. Now I'm going to go back in with the flat shader brush that I used to put the initial copper shade on and blend the edges of that out. And now to give the outer corners of my eye just a little more dimension, going back into the Colourpop Mar palette, and I'm going to take this this deeper shimmery shade in the color, I believe that is My Way, and this I am going to take it on the same flat shader brush and pack this on to the outer corner of my lid and maybe just dragging that up a little bit into my crease so that I can blend that out with the initial fluffy brush that I use. And like I said, going back in with that fluffy brush and blending out the edge of those shimmery shadows. Okay, now I don't want to go in with a heavy liner or a heavy wing, so I'm going to take this brown shade right here. It's a deeper shade and that is called Top Down, and I'm going to take that on a just flat topped brush like this, and I'm almost going to create a wing, not necessarily a wing, but some eyeliner. That way it just gives me a nice and smokier look. But I'm going to go in and start by pressing that down near my lash line. Okay, that gave me so much fallout. Way more than I anticipated. I don't know if it's maybe because it's a darker shade, except, I mean, when I like take my brush into the palette, oh, it kind of gives me lots of fallout. Well, we are gonna just take a big fluffy brush and full brush that out from underneath my eyes because I don't want any of it to ruin my under eye makeup. You can always take the sponge that you applied your powder with and press that in. Or you can even take some more translucent powder and bake your under eyes and leave the powder there. That way it catches any fallout that you might get from any of your shadows. But because I'm trying not to use many powders and leave my skin looking as dewy as possible, I'm not going to do that, and it's fine because I would just be able to brush it away. But I am going to go in and just darken that a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and we will come back so that I can finish off putting on some mascara and finishing off the under eyes. Okay, to give me a little pop of color on my lower lash line, I'm going in with an Avon eyeliner, Mega Impact eyeliner in the color Extreme Cobalt. It is a really, really deep cobalt blue with just a little bit of shimmer in it, and I'm going to take this on my waterline. Okay, to set that in place and smoke it out a lot more, I'm going into the Mar Colourpop palette and taking this deep royal blue. That is the shade Detour, and I'm taking that on a flat angled brush so I can press that into my waterline but also drag it a little bit down. Okay, to blend that out a little bit more, because I know I may look a little crazy right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the same brush actually, and I'm going back into the matte palette and taking this beautiful shimmery blue right here. That is the color Gridlock, and I'm going to take this lower down, but only in the inner portion of my bottom lash line, if that makes sense. So I just kind of gonna give myself the shimmer in here rather than out here. Okay, now I want to smoke this out as much as possible so that I don't have just like a blue line on my bottom lash line. I'm gonna go ahead and take a more concentrated blending brush. I think I'm gonna go in with okay, now to blend my lower lash line out a lot more, because right now it just looks like I have two blue lines just run on the bottom of my lash line. I'm going to take a more concentrated blending brush. I'm going in with the Lorac Dual Ended blending brush and taking the flatter, more concentrated side. And I'm going to take the initial shade that I use and packed all over my lid, which is this one right here from the Colourpop palette, and that is the color Sorbet. I'm just going to pack that on and blend out as much as I possibly can this blue without getting rid of the blue. I went ahead and finished blending out my lower lash line and went in with some mascara to my top and bottom lashes with the Tarte Maneater mascara. Now, to complete the face, I'm going to take this big fluffy brush and the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. And this is not a blinding highlighter whatsoever, but it is a really great highlighter to dust all over your face to give you just a really nice, like, healthy looking glow. So I'm going to take that on a big fluffy brush and just dust that all over my skin. That gives you almost kind of like a nice barely there glow from within, and it makes your skin look just really nice and healthy and glowy. Now to finish off the face, I'm going to take the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and set my face with this. Okay, to finish off the look, I already lined my lips using a NYX lip liner in the color Nude Pink. And to place on top of my lips, I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Moonchild Lip Gloss. Okay, and that's it for this week's video. I hope that you enjoyed this fun bronzy look, perfect for the spring or the summertime. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell so that you can get a notification of every new video that I post. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye everyone.